Alright, half the Tapus are done. 2 more to go. Thankfully, you're not sitting around and watching me throw ball after ball after ball trying to get them. I basically showed the method of lowering them down to their lowest possible health as you can, and then the successful catch.
Oh god, Tapu Fini is the worst one because she gets Aqua Ring. So
She heals herself a little bit every turn.
Kyogre and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire has that too. So
yeah,
that...
at least with Recover, they can run out of it. As annoying as it is.
Although Recover also has 20 power points in Gen 2, where both Ho-Oh and Lugia have it, which is miserable. So when I was playing Gold on Virtual Console, Ho-Oh, I actually caught him with my first ball, which was something else, but I think I spent like 3 hours trying to catch Lugia.
You also used like 70 years of luck right there, so you're never hitting the lottery. I hope you realize.
Nah, I'm good. I know that's never gonna... Oh my god, you jerk. Like, you can kind of... if you can put it to sleep before she does it, or if you use something like Taunt, you can prevent her from doing that. But it requires such a stupid specific strategy, and you'd probably have to raise up such specific Pokemon anyway, that you'd probably just spend more time than just trying to catch her and dealing with it. You know? You just kind of have to just use False Swipe again as soon as it like gets to yellow or whatever.
Yeah.
I do like their music though.
Their music's great. Yeah, I agree.
Alleviates the pain a little bit.
Yeah, it's really weird sounding, but I like it a lot.
So the Tapus are just, a matter of going back to places you've been and...
Yeah, to their little shrine or whatever on each island. Most of them you've actually been exactly to. The only one that takes any kind of effort to find is the one in the desert, which is...
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, are you showing off going through the whole desert?
No, there's no real point. You just look up a guide and they'll tell you exactly how to do it.
I hate getting through that place. It's like the Lost Woods, but worse because if you're dumb and you don't bring repels, you're running into a fight every 5 seconds, plus there's Sandstorm, and it sucks. So don't make
I hate Sandstorm.
Don't make the mistake of going in there before you're going to go and catch Tapu Bulu. I mean, okay, you can go in there and run around just to catch some of the Pokemon, because there's good Pokemon in there. There's Crocodile and Garchomps or Gabites, whatever.
Gibbles, whatever.
Yeah. And a couple of other, I think Trapinch might also be in there as well. I don't really remember. So there's good stuff in there, but just run around in the first room. Don't go all the way to the end, because even if you get there...
There's nothing to find.
These guys will not appear until you've beaten the Elite Four. So, yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, you're not worthy or whatever, I guess. It makes more sense at least it makes sense with Tapu Koko, because there's at least some amount of bookending there. Because it's like, oh, he started the game by helping you, and you end the game by fighting him or whatever. Like, okay, that's cool, I guess. It's annoying not being able to save, but that's cool, I suppose. The rest of them, they're just like, nah, I don't feel like it. Bruh.
I don't really feel like it.
This is getting nowhere really fast.
That's why legendaries that can heal themselves are bullshit.
So what is the point?
Okay, Ted. Legendaries that can heal themselves or roaming legendaries?
Do I want to get kicked in the dick or kicked up the ass? Both suck.
I'm still asking you which you prefer.
Hold on. Let Lewis go. I need to think about it.
What does it say about your player character that they're going around capturing these legendary totem Pokemon things?
You're a tyrant and need to be stopped.
Or
you're Giovanni.
Just try to stop me. I'm the champion. No one is stronger than I am.
God forbid Ultra Beasts fall out of the sky and there's no island spirits to protect the people. Oh wait.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to rely on me then.
That's why Gotta Catch Them All is so secretly sinister. You're enslaving. Nah, that's Team Plasma talk. Roaming, I think, is worse because you only get like. Actually, you know what? No, because there's a way to circumvent roaming with Mean Look. Legendaries that heal themselves are worse, especially ones with things like Aqua Ring, because You can
Balls, go.
you can stop them from running away with Mean Look. You can't stop Tapu Fini from healing every turn, which just prolongs it so much more because you have to use False Swipe over and over and over again, and it's dumb and stupid. So yeah.
Yes, it is.
Controversial opinion, roaming is not as bad as healing. But if there's ever a healing and roaming legendary, I'm going to go find Satoshi Tajiri and punch him in the face, and then ask for his autograph.
No, you ask for his autograph
You gotta ask
first.
for an autograph first, and then
punch
punch him in the face.
So, are the Tapus, like, counted as, like, one set of Pokemon in the Pokedex?
Yeah, it's basically
Yes.
just they're all on the same card. Basically, like, whenever you complete a card, Rotom will be like, oh my gosh, you completed a card, good job. But they're all considered legendary in the game's code. They've started doing this weird thing where they like differentiate between legendary and mythical Pokemon. Which basically the difference is mythical are event only, as far as I can tell. I don't think that there's any non-event only mythical Pokemon, as far as I know. Also, these are the easiest strength puzzles in the entire series.
Push.
Welcome to part 36 of the Tales of Symphonia playthrough.
Shut up.
We're still in the first
You say
dungeon.
that.
At least they're good block pushing puzzles. You think about them a decent amount. You
I don't know. That didn't look like it required much thought.
Oh, I was
No, we're
talking about
talking
Tales
about
of
the sales
Symphonia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, strength puzzles, strength got kind of lame in Gen 5, where it just, you push it into a hole, and that's it. There's not really as much thought to them anymore. It's before then was all where all the strength puzzle shenanigans really started to happen.
Yeah, but no one really liked them, so whatever. I don't care.
I don't know, I kind of have a weird love-hate relationship with them, because they do, I like puzzles, they do take, like, I like something that actually requires a bit of thought, as long as it's not stupid cryptic. It's just annoying because, especially in Gen 1, when you have to re-establish...
Why do I even bother with the quick balls?
There's a chance.
It's never worked for me.
There's always that chance, you know. Always that chance.
I guess, but still. It's like you should
Well,
always
what
throw
were
a
you
quick
saying
ball
earlier
first.
before,
Yeah.
Ted, though, about generation puzzles?
I was going to say where you had to re-establish strength every time you went into a different floor, but I think you have to do that in every gen anyway, so sorry. That was my mistake.
I think it was particularly annoying in Gen 1 because of the way certain dungeons were designed.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Actually, I remember now why it annoyed me in Gen 1, because you can't just press A on the block and have it say, do you want to use
You have to
strength?
go into the Pokemon. Yeah, you have to go into the Pokemon and use strength.
Yeah, which is like an extra 5 button presses, and I'm lazy. So there we go. Okay.
Well,
Now-
no, it was kind of that thing where a lot of older JRPGs had you constantly going into the menu. In fact, it wasn't even just a JRPG thing. Like, I was playing the original Alone in the Dark a couple nights ago just to get a feel for the game to see if I wanted to play through it. And one of the things that got me is that, like, you need to go into the menu and select every action that you intend to perform before you perform it. So
Oh, yeah, that's Dragon Quest's fault, where you had to go into a menu to go down the stairs.
yeah, but Alone in the Dark is a survival horror game. So it's kind of off-putting, really. Like, you select it, and it changes the function of your action button. So you need to select the push command so that you can hold the action button and push an object. Then you need to go select the check command so that you can go around rubbing yourself up against every object in the room to see if it does anything.
Was the original Alone in the Dark a PC game or a console game?
Yes, it's a DOS game, which
Okay.
means that it thankfully exists in that era of PC gaming that's immortal and will never not run on your computer anymore. Thank
Yeah,
you,
'cause
DOSBox.
DOSBox is trying to emulate something from like Windows 95 or Windows 98, though.
Well,
good luck with
can
that.
you can emulate it if you emulate the operating system. If you run a virtual machine that runs the operating system, you can probably get the game running. It worked for me for some old Elder Scrolls spin-offs anyway. But yeah.
But yeah, you know, that's a big PC thing, is that a lot of old PC... You know, that's one thing I will grant console RPGs for, is that they really did get a lot of PC-like games to have to streamline their controls, which I think in a lot of ways is a good thing. Streamlining a lot of the other stuff, because all console gamers don't like depth or whatever, is not as good, but streamlining the controls, I think, is definitely an improvement.
It depends somewhat what kind of RPG you're talking about, because if it's something like Dragon Age, the streamlining of the controls really was accompanied by a dumbing down.
Yeah.
But that's because those games are tactical and based on real-time positioning and all this kind of stuff that's really you need a mouse for.
Ted, it's your favorite character.
Yes, Watcher. I mean, wait, what? Like, okay, I don't hate Looker. He's just really boring, and I don't get why they bring him back for literally every single game. Because he doesn't have a personality. He just talks weird.
Wait,
and
his name is Looker?
Yeah, his name is Looker.
His agent name is Looker.
Yeah, but that's the only...
I was just gonna say, that's sort of slang for an attractive woman.
Well, would it be any worse than Todd Snap?
Good point.
Yeah, I wonder what he does.
Yeah, so I just don't get why this one random character gets to be the only Pokemon character to have a major appearance in like every game since his debut. But, whatever. Honestly, like, this is the only game where he even does anything remotely interesting, in my opinion. Because when we get later on into this Ultra Beast quest, he actually does do some stuff that I think are in his character in as much character as this guy has, / are somewhat thoughtful in a Pokemon way. So
I'm still more interested in Annabelle.
Oh no, Annabelle's way more interesting, especially because she's from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, apparently.
She's from the remake universe.
Yeah, so like she got, that's the thing about Pokemon deciding that it was going to be an alternate universe series 6 generations in. I don't really know.
Yeah, the remakes are officially a separate universe, so.
Which is... whatever.
But why do that? I mean, isn't that the thing about the Ultra Beast?
The reason they did that is because the original Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald had, like, 3 separate stories, but now those stories are somewhat altered and they don't want to alienate people, so hey, your old versions are canon too,
Yeah, like, I mean, there's minor differences in story for Gens 4 and 5 and 6 for that matter, but that's really all the difference is which legendary Pokemon the bad guy wants to use and which one you get to use. So that can just be covered up with a simple, like, the legendary Pokemon, as opposed to referring to, like, Dialga specifically. But you really can't have a universe where either Team Aqua or Team Magma was the bad guy, and you can't say one of them was, you can't really have one of them officially be canon, unless if you do, like, this weird alternate universe junk. So yeah. Gen 3.
Well,
Gen 3.
there are other series with multiple timeline kind of things, and they usually just pick one that's canon and have the rest be what if scenarios, because video games can do that, guys. Just saying.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, for Marvel Comics, it's like, okay, we have our main universe and then Ultimate Universe.
Although
you don't need to know one to know the other, and it's fine.
Although there are...
And then they merged them all together.
Yeah, but they did that... Okay, Ryan, DC has nowhere to fucking talk with that, so we're not even going to hear your input. Okay?
I never said they were, and I'm just still saying it's stupid.
There's also, though, the occasional attempt by a game company to do something like what Capcom does with Resident Evil 1, where the canon storyline is some mixture of both storylines somehow, even though they both involve the other character being locked up in a cage the entire time.
Ada dies. Oh, she's also the one that throws you the rocket launcher.
No, Ada was always the one who threw you the rocket launcher. The only thing is that only one of the A/B scenarios actually showed her wearing the pendant when she appeared. So it was very confusing. But, she always survived, and she always had that epilogue in Resident Evil 3 where she talks about how she's going to forget her name. But, even though that was what established that she was still alive for 4 just sort of ignores that. Okay.
Oops.
Capcom can't write consistent...
dumb.
No, Capcom just can't write consistent stories. It doesn't matter if
that's true. That's very
It doesn't
true.
matter if it's Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, or fucking Mega Man.
Yeah, no, even Ace Attorney, they kind of fell off the horse, and that series is all about story. So go Capcom. Never
Can't
change.
even get visual novels right.
Well,
Actually, Capcom, please do change. We want things to actually be better.
yeah, like that actually really ticked me off. That anybody who actually bought Ultra Street Fighter for Switch is just given a giant middle finger when the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection came out with Street Fighter 2 Online plus Alpha plus Street Fighter 3 and all the different versions. It's like, okay, fuck you to people who actually bought the
Street Fighter.
I mean,
that came out in May.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I raised severe eyebrows at anybody who decided that Ultra Street Fighter 2 was worth buying in the first place. But still, it's like, wow, you guys are really shaking.
Oh, isn't Ultra Street Fighter 2 basically the HD Turbo Remix thing?
Yeah, basically,
And
but
they-
it's
and
got
they
it's
added
got
Violet
Evil
Ken.
Ken, man, Evil Ken. No, wait, no, it's Evil Ryu and Violent Ken.
Violent
Sorry,
Ken, yeah.
The stupidest name in any fighting game I've ever heard.
As if fighting in the streets was not inherently violent enough.
Yeah, but you know that Ultra Street Fighter 2 Online is going to be dropped immediately once that collection version comes out, because that version has online for, I think, the original Street Fighter 2 and Turbo. So, yeah.
And all the 3 versions, yeah.
I think it's one version of Alpha and one version of 3, because, like, I mean, I don't know. I barely play Street Fighter at all, so, like, I don't really...
This has been the Pokemon Moon playthrough commentary.
We fought Annabelle. Okay.
Yeah, it happened. We acknowledged it. We're not totally off topic, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. Paychecks in the mail, guys. Good work.
I'm the one who sends you the paychecks.